Welcome back, everyone, to our Summer Festival Monotype Tournament. Today, we'll be talking about how the tournament played out and our expectations going forward. So, we've got Jilly and Yuta here. Let's start out with going over the auction stats from this monotype draft. So,
Oh, you made a tab for it.
yes, so I
That's
made a
pretty
tab
cool.
for it. I marked the outliers and everything and gave us some filter options. Um, Obviously, these top four, when it comes to total and average, are kind of irrelevant because they're the four types that only got picked once.
Mm, it's cute, yeah.
Yeah, so we can see fire, grass, electric, and dragon were only taken once, but that also means that nothing was never taken, which is pretty cool.
Oh my god. A ground at 400 average.
Yeah, 400 average for
Insanity.
ground. And then even ghosts, even though 350 wasn't too bad, still had an average of 390.
It
So
makes sense. Apart from like the types that weren't double picked, I feel like there's a pretty fair ranking of the types, apart from like fairy.
yeah, and steel was definitely just overpicked. Steel was probably our generally overpicked, but it was also our only type to get picked for the same price on both sides.
That's pretty cool. I'm very surprised about fairy because like fairy 290 average is way
Yeah,
too low
not a
for
bad
fairy in my
average, but
opinion.
that's because Necrozma got it for a steal. And then somehow Bug wasn't the cheapest price on average. Rock and Ice before it.
I'm not
Which,
that surprised because we
yeah.
gave a few very cool buffs to Bug.
Mm-hmm. And I was gonna say, that's not too surprising with Rock and Ice being the two below it either. Then you jump up to Fighting and Psychic, both for 270, which is pretty funny.
I don't think either fighting or psychic team made it out of playoffs.
I don't believe so, but we'll take a
One
look at that.
dropped.
Yeah,
One
one
dropped,
one
and the other two
dropped.
didn't make it.
Yeah. Then we
Then
got
again,
One was in Dark and
I,
Ghost.
I think both psychic teams got screwed by
Fuck.
the matchups.
No,
no.
Cherry just dropped.
Yeah,
The
one.
matchup was
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The Psychic and Necrozma had a pretty decent matchup. Um, then we had Dark and Fairy, 275. Fairy being tied with Normal at 290 average. And they mirrored each other on the two teams, or the two sides.
Normal being this high is really cool.
Yeah, no. Normal,
Seraphico said Shell Smash, buddy.
yeah, Normal had some has some good options. And then we get into our highest, one of our top three paid types in water for Tapu, and also still being one of the bottom three paid for Necrozma. Then we got Poison being higher paid on Necrozma than Tapu by 105, but the
Um,
first one to be over 300 average. So we've gone mostly over the types. We've talked up to about Poison, but go ahead and take a look. If you haven't seen this already, these are the costs for each side per type, and then we have the total and averages for each one as well.
Okay, so red is cheap. I'm
Yep.
taken.
Yep, red is the cheapest three. They have four here because they have 215 for two of them.
Not surprised. Rock, Ice, and Bug are the cheapest ones.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty close in pricings.
the fact that ice was picked twice, but grass only once, or
Y-
electric is really good.
Yeah, no one decided to just pass on it or it came in late. No, it couldn't have been too
Yeah,
late being at 190 though.
but the price in Tapu's like no one was gonna pass on anything.
Yeah.
Weren't gonna wait.
Yeah, Taffy was people were jacking up those prices.
Definitely. If I'd been in the other side, I'd have gone for Fairy, because Fairy for 230 is steal.
I didn't add this up, but something that I wanted to note was that, let me see, Tapu spent 4,720 total. Meanwhile, Necrozma spent 4,515 total.
Oh, that's not much. That's not much of a difference.
That, yeah, not too much of a difference, but that is what the prices ended up coming down to there. I forgot to add that part. But I thought that was a pretty cool stat to add. About 205. Not crazy.
Yeah, but that's like 15 to 20 in average more in each sale,
Yeah.
which realistically is just the prices being kind of hiked up by flying at 460, ground at
Yeah.
420.
Yeah. The flying at 460 is really what one of the big ones that hiked it up.
I'm surprised it went that high.
But it also doesn't help that I believe Tapu had more types that went for 300 or more than Necrozma
Yeah, the
did.
average is
Yeah.
definitely higher.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah,
think we can
6 to 8. So yeah, they had a lot more 300 cost ones. All right, we ready to go on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to go through the tournament tab or through each team tab to see the teams and, or wait, they don't. We don't even have that part there. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
we'll
the
go
scores
over.
aren't.
Yeah, so we'll go over the brackets and see how everyone lined up based on how they placed. And at the top of our bracket, we have our our first place for Tapu Lele versus our second place. Or no, yeah, our second place for Tapu Fini. Utah versus 9.
Should we really start with my matchup?
Oh, well, it's the first one up here.
Oh
So
God.
we're gonna go over Tapu overall here, and so we can kind of go down this list here. We can talk about Tapu Koko first, um, where we have
Yeah.
Gamertag taking first place and Mokratha taking second place for that
Yeah,
bracket.
Steel and Fairy for this group. So the cool bug team that was in that group didn't make it out, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? It wasn't that far behind.
No, they came close.
Yeah, I think it's one of the groups we maybe had a little more trouble deciding.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said something like Steel and Fairy, but I'm not certain about that.
And we got Tourney AC pulling up last. However, he only lost each game by 1. He came close, but he couldn't pull him out. Any thoughts
Oh.
on what was that?
No, just checking. I know there's been a few drops. I wanted to be sure it wasn't one of those.
Oh, okay.
Didn't pick up that ground team.
Is that what this one was?
I'm not certain.
Yeah, looking at it, it's not got like Tinglu or anything, which
Mm-hmm.
I would have expected.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got the Steel and Fairy going on. The Steel having pulled out all 3 wins, despite a ground team. Not bad. And then going on from there, we've got the Tapu Lele division, where Utah came out with the 3 wins to take first place, and then Ditto pulled out 2 for second.
Yeah, sadly that was a forfeit win, so I didn't get to play Poison. I'm not certain I would have won against Poison. I had a good plan, I think, but Toxapex is always fun to deal with. Fun fact: I'm dealing against another Toxapex this week. But I somehow managed to beat Rock. So if my run has to end now, at least I'll go with that in mind, with this victory in mind.
Yep, you definitely got your playoffs at least. But yeah, getting to go against Toxapex first round is always fun for you. I know.
It's the triad of it being Nine, who's eliminated me last
Mhm.
season, with Toxapex, with the water type.
Don't worry, you'll quit it like I did.
I'm not sure you could have made it any worse.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna try.
it's just it always works out perfect for you. Like we don't plan it, but it works out. Speaking of nine,
And
oh, go ahead.
now, and in my group, the second person to have made it out is Rock. So Ditto made it out with Rock. He got out the grotto, stopped Johnning.
Yeah, when Ditto comes to play, he puts up points.
And yeah, Ditto 6-0 against
Yeah,
the fighting team
against Boy Legend. Yeah,
with Rock. That's pretty impressive.
yeah, it's pretty
Oh,
crazy.
that crazy game.
So we got Fire and Rock moving ahead from Tapu Lele. That I don't think anyone would have predicted those typings moving ahead. I'm sure if you looked at the players, you could see them going. But if you just showed a list of the typings for your division, I don't think those two would have been predicted.
Yeah, typings alone maybe, but I think when we did the predictions, it
Yeah.
actually was either a lot of like rock and poison or fire rock, fire poison.
Yeah. But just off of typings, it's pretty cool to see those two going ahead. So, coming up next, we've got Tapu Fini, where the Terrarian, you yourself, coming up in 1st, and 9 taking 2nd based on differential.
How were it in your group, Terrarian? How did you approach your matchups? How did you feel about them?
To be honest, Ice and Flying, like I've smuggled for Stealth Rocks. I knew both of those were going to be pretty easy. Like, and I mean, I don't want to say I'm good at the game, but they were. I mean, the Ice one came down to a 1% live, but like Stealth Rocks just did so much there.
How was it for you overall up to this point?
I think it was pretty fine. I'd say 9 was probably the hardest match I had, especially to actually prep for. Had to really like think about what I'd do.
Yeah, we got a few good, really tough competitors in this tournament, and 9 is definitely one of them. All right. Anything else on them?
It was really close for the second place.
It was. They all came up with 1 win apiece. -1, -3, -5, all 2 apart in differential. So it was really good, really close. Terraria, what was your typing?
Normal.
Normal. So we got normal and water. Moving on from Tapu Fini. Fitting that water was there.
Terrarian is our resident Meloetta fan. It's the mascot of its team.
Right.
How did that came on?
I didn't buy all her buffs for nothing.
All right. So, moving on to Tapu Bulu, our last division for Tapu. We have Pug moving on in first place with a 10 differential. And then Bonyor moving on with 2 wins.
I think Pug's got the best overall score in the whole league.
That might be.
I think 310 is the highest.
Tie. Oh, no, that's his. That's his. Nope, 311.
Oh no, that was 311. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. forgot to talk about that.
Fatty spins. Yeah.
Still
And
very high, and
yes, absolutely.
it's a group in which we were, I think, all pretty certain that Bonyor was gonna make it out at that time. And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
I think it was any combination of like Bonyor and Chili or Bonyor and Bug.
Yeah, Bonyor was dark
Because
with the psychic in
Psychic
there.
was never
Yeah,
really.
psychic being in this
Ugh.
group was screwed. We talked about that, and they talked about it afterwards too. He was screwed from the start.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, we said it was either gonna be Bonyor Jilly or Bonyor Pug, I believe, or
The
any of the
Dragonite pulled
yeah
ahead.
any grouping of these three was generally the prediction just based on the matchup because Renlin theoretically really was only gonna get one win.
Mm,
It was gonna
at
be tough
most,
to
yeah.
pull two. But yeah,
I'm not that
Pug.
surprised. I don't think there was any reliable way to stop Dragonite in either of the other teams.
And
Yeah.
it ended up making sense with Bonyor having the type advantage over Jilly as well. So yeah, this one played out about how we expected almost.
Yeah. Poor Psychic.
Yeah. So that's our only dragon team, right? Yeah, our only dragon team made it. And then Dark made it as well. Okay. Moving on from them, we've got Necrozma. And we'll
Now
start
this prediction we got right.
for Ultra.
Yeah,
Where's
I
it?
think
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Remu. Oh yeah, Remu and Remick. I believe so.
Yeah, I think those
Ultra.
two are pretty certain.
Bug and
We're gonna
Water
move on.
here against Ice and Normal. Yeah, we might have. I believe so. It was at least somebody's prediction for sure.
The water type team, I have no doubt I must have put in my top two because it's really strong.
Yeah, so both Waters made it, and then this is our Bug team that made it on as well. Two of them pulled up 2 wins, the other two with 1. A 7-3 differential.
I want to live in a world in which the two water type team go to finals.
I mean, it very well could happen if they don't face Electric, but which one is our water team? Remick? Okay, yeah. So
Remick, yeah.
so he can make it to semis before he might have to face Electric, I believe.
Yeah.
Because our Electric is Fatty Spins.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he can make it to semis before facing him. So if he can get there, and if Electric can get knocked out, but it is a tough Electric team. But yeah, so that's the two of them having pulled it out for Ultra over the Ice and Normal teams. And yeah, that's definitely one we
For the
saw.
next group, I'm not surprised with the results either. I have to say, I talked a lot of shit about Lucario, and it ended up being way better than what I gave it credit for.
Did he?
It was really good, yeah. It forced a lot of plays. It does hit for a lot of damage.
Okay. But in that group, we ended up getting Alazin and Glitchy Mix being Grass and Poison. Of course, Poison made it through.
Yeah, with Alazin winning against Poison.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Alazin, of course, one of our staff, he pulled out all the stops for that Grass team.
I wonder how that will go if he has to do it again in semis. will we see the same plays?
Yeah,
Will
it'll
what else
be
can be cooked?
yeah, it'll be exciting to see where Glitchy Mix again for the same thing for them. They'll the worst case is they'll see each other in semis. However, Glitchy Mix has to make it through the electric team to get there first.
We're gonna talk about those matchups.
We will. But first, next we've got Prism Necrozma, where we have Reading Shade and LPT advancing. And that was our Ghost and Ground teams.
Uh,
I think we might have predicted these. Yeah, I don't think we predicted the flying team here.
I'm not so sure. I was
Were they?
thinking about that because I think,
Was it?
I mean, looking at the flying team,
Was
I
this the one?
myself would put it in the top two, but I'm not sure if that's how we felt collectively.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had Reading Shade going. But yeah, that's how it played out. The two of them took it over the Flying and Rock teams. Sad I don't get to see Shuckle in playoffs.
no shuckle action.
Pretty tight grouping though. It went 2-2 for them and 1-1 for the other two. Differential's not too far apart.
Yeah, and somehow Ground won against Flying.
Yeah, played it well. Who'd he lost to the Ghost team, and then Ghost team lost to the Flying team.
On paper, the Flying team is really good, but it did not perform quite as
Wasn't that the
well.
one that kept missing their flare cannons?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that'll
with
do it.
yeah,
That
that
can definitely
happened.
do it. Okay, so following Prism, last one I don't really want to talk about is Duskmane, where we
mean-
have our most dominant performance by 1 with Fatty Spins taking 3 for 11 differential. And then Tam Tam, our fairy type, going 2 with 2 differential.
The Electro team is gonna be hard to stop, especially since, spoiler alert, LPT just got eliminated. So no other ground in this side of the bracket.
Oh,
Yeah.
that against Electro shot everything.
Wait, actually, I think there's no other ground at all.
Oh,
my God.
no. There might not be.
Ground is out.
Oh, great.
Didn't Ground go for like really high points as well?
Yep, ground was the most expensive typing, and it got knocked out in first round.
I mean, LPT's made it to playoffs, but yeah.
Uh-huh. But yeah, so we got
Ground just
Electric and Fairy. So both Fairy types ended up making it, despite facing Steel. Tam Tam definitely had my number with Maulite. It took a lot to take that out. He barely got the win, but he got the win.
That's 2 Tapu Kokos going into playoffs.
Yeah. Gotta love those, right? Especially in Powermon. Although I will say only one of the 2 teams has Rising Voltage, I believe.
Yes, just Fatty has it.
Yeah. So the fun one down here. But yeah, so Fairy and Electric went, and that means Steel and Psychic did not in Necrozma. So with those out of the way, let's go ahead and get into some matchups. And yep, Yuta, we get to start with yours versus 9.
What else can I possibly say that I haven't already been said?
Yeah,
I'm
so
dreading Saturday.
yeah. So yeah, like you said, it's one thing that you're facing the Toxapex, but if 9 would have been poisoned, you maybe would have had a chance. He's also, unfortunately, your perfect counter in Water type. Do you think you have much to account to in your toolbox
I
for
think I have a
this?
chance.
You do?
Like I'm not gonna
No.
act like I can't make it.
Mhm.
I've prepared. I will try.
Well, yeah.
Could possibly make it, but yeah, the odds are not stacked in my favor. Stop Johnning.
Yeah, when Ditto comes to play, he puts up points.
And yeah, Ditto 6-0 against the
Yeah,
fighting team
against Boy Legend. Yeah,
with Rock. That's pretty impressive.
yeah, it's pretty
After
crazy.
that crazy game.
If I was to make it through though, because I'm kind of thinking about the matchups for later, you know. I think if I can, I don't know if I can beat Rock again. So if Ditto was to make semis as well, that would be harder. But if I, the funny thing is, if I beat 9 and Bonyo beats Gamertag, I'm facing another Sharpedo.
He can't escape the sharks.
Another vicious Ren Sharpedo. So best scenario if I beat 9 is if Gamertag moves on. This still is much more easy to manage.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely have tough matchups into the playoffs. That's for sure.
9, I think, if he moves on past me, should make it to semis.
Yeah, he very well could at least make it to semis.
I think for semis in our group, it's either 9 or Bonyor. We can talk about that Gamertag.
Yeah,
versus
yeah. So
Bonyor
right now, let's
game.
go over Gamertag and Bonyor. And
So
that,
Gamertag is Steel.
yep, that is
Yeah.
Steel. And Bonyor is Dark. Steel versus Dark. The Dark team does have a Ting Lu.
The Steel team doesn't have a Mega Morwell, just a normal one, but it has huge power, so we'll see how that does.
I think with 2 dragons and the Mega Aggron, like the Steel team can make it. But on paper, I think Dark is just a little more like what am I saying? Yeah, Dark. Just a little more. Why am I talking about Dragon? I'm still hooked on the water matchup for some reason. Oh my god.
I'm not sure what you're going for here.
Yeah, in my mind it was Steel against water. It's Steel against Dark. I have to put this through.
Yeah,
It's
so
gonna be a pretty interesting game to watch.
yeah, could definitely go either way. Good one to keep our eyes on. Up next in the second half of the top bracket, we've got Terrarian versus Mokratha. How are you feeling about that matchup? You are up against Fairy.
I have certainly got to give it a go. We'll see if I win.
I do really like that Fairy team. I think it's not bad into your team because it's got a few options to shut you down. And a ghost type and a steel type. So I might give it to Fairy, but you've proven you won every single match up to this point, so
Yeah, and I've had a Mon level 1% in every match as well.
Yeah, both by typing, I would definitely say Mokratha, but yeah, we can definitely see what happens. I mean, both of you have had pretty dominant runs. Mokratha only lost to Gamertag being the one who went undefeated in their division. So, I think that'll be a tough matchup played, I think.
if you actually do eliminate Fairy, I know a dragon type team that's gonna be very happy about that. And it's right under it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll do my best for them.
Coming up next, we've got Pug versus Ditto. As you were talking about, Pug being our only dragon team, Ditto being our rock team. Yeah.
Mhm.
Rock
do
and
think
Dragon.
Ditto's perhaps got one of the best matchups into Dragonite.
Yeah.
The people that are still in this.
Does Ditto?
Because
Go ahead.
Rock is really good. You also have Mega Diancie that's really good into dragons.
He does have an Excel Rock as well and a Tyranitar. If he needs.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's gonna be fairly
Mhm.
balanced. At least it's not gonna be a full Dragonite extreme speed sweep.
No, it should not be that.
Although the two regenerators on Bug's team might be a bit hard to deal with.
Might go tanky into
This-
that, yeah.
This is Hydra Ball and Gudra Hisui, so two good matchups.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Ditto's gonna have a tough matchup into that Dragon team, but he might have the tools to stop some of them. If we'll see how they build, it's gonna come down to the team builder for that, I think. Pug, of course, did have a really dominant run with 3 and 10 differential.
Very good.
Very, very good. All right. So everybody in Tapu had somebody in their division go undefeated. Not bad.
Huh. Glad I could be one of them.
All right. Moving
I
on.
might have been defeated had I
Eh.
played Poison, but
Moving on to Necrozma. And our first matchup we have the results for. So that was Alizen versus LPT, which of course, on top of Alizen being one of our better players in the tournament, he also had the type advantage there. So he took that
LPT
win.
is really good, but
Mhm.
grass against ground. I mean,
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
both good players, but that type advantage was strong.
The
yeah,
grass
and
itself is also really good, I'd say.
Yeah, Alizen is our only grass
And,
type is showing it's really strong.
yeah, sadly, the Sap Super Mud still wasn't enough to stop the grass team.
And so next up we have Remick and Tam Tam. Tam Tam being our fairy, and Remick being the
Remix
water
bug, I
team.
think.
No, Remick's
Oh,
the
water,
so,
no.
yep. So Remick's the
Yeah, it's
water
the
team.
water.
Yep. So that'll be a decent matchup. No one's got the clear advantage. I don't know. That water being as strong, just kind of overall it is. I could definitely see Remick taking it, but I could also see it going either way.
I'm sorry to say, I would be happy if another water type would be eliminated. I'm searching for. Okay, I found the fairy team.
At least the
Oh, it
water team
does
doesn't
have.
have a torpedo.
Yeah, this one doesn't. The fairy team does have Coco though, so this is gonna be probably the hardest thing to deal with in that matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta find a way to counter that Coco. Yeah, have Swampert get some use out of him.
Doesn't Coco get grass now?
Oh yeah. it
Oh
does.
yeah.
Sure. Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to positioning, I think.
Maybe Quillfish will do something here.
I'd like to see that. I honestly think if Swampert gets going and he's under rain and stuff, he's outspeeding most of the team.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess not. Perhaps not Booster Speed Valiant. I'd have to see that. But it does have a fairly decent matchup.
Yes, that'll be a tough matchup. It'll that, like you said, positioning will be very important for the water team there. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, even if the water team advances, they do have grass to face next, so that's a tough road to semis.
I mean, it's not. Oh yeah, it's gonna be grass. What the fuck am I saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's grass in the next, and in the next one,
It might be electric.
it might be electric. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh,
This
I don't think they're making it out.
Yeah, water
God.
water in Necrozma has a really tough road.
I mean, if they can do it, that's pretty impressive.
If they can make it to the finals in this division, if Electric makes it to semis, props to Water. Moving on from there, we have another game that has already been played between Reading Shade and Remu. And this is our bug team having moved on from the first round. That's pretty cool to see. As Bug Team took it over Ghost. And we liked that Ghost team, so that's a pretty big win.
I think those bugs are going to go far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't have like a direct type that is effective against it in the near future. It does have a pretty convincing road to the semis, I think.
And would have the type advantage over Alizin.
It would, yeah.
Though, of course, we've seen Alizin can and will pull wins against type disadvantages.
And that brings us to Electric versus Poison.
Yep, Electric versus Poison.
The defining I mean, at least that Poison team gets Clodsire and
Okay.
Nidoking.
And that's what I was about to go take a look at, was to find out if there were ground types, because both of those are going to be mandatory brings here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 ground type. Nidoking will probably ground Terror. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Problem is, I don't think either of them like to be dealing with Raichu, Alola, or Zapdos.
Does that just get like Weather Ball or something?
It does
Yes,
get
it
Weather Ball.
does.
Ooh.
And I know that Clod can have like Water Absorb, but then again, Hurricane is doing so much damage.
Mm-hmm.
The Electric team is just, I mean, it's my bet to make it to finals at least, because
Yeah.
it's just doing so much damage so fast.
It really is. Yeah, so Poison has a chance with those 2 ground immunities, but yeah, it's going to be tough to pull it out over Fatty Spins. He's got a great team. He's got the best differential in the tournament. Somebody's got to knock him off, or he's going to run away with this. But we will see.
Yeah, for we know, he could lose right now.
Before he gets to finals. Yeah, we'll see. It's been pretty fun so far. Everyone been enjoying it?
Yeah, I have.
Definitely, until I was against Water, but that is another story. I'd be curious to know who do we predict will make finals on each side? Like, what types do we think is going to be in finals?
So I definitely see a grass electric semis here.
Semis. Okay, yeah, yeah. I think in this group it might be between Grass and Fairy.
You think Fairy will make it through?
Oh, not Fairy. What? No, Electric.
Oh wait, no. I was gonna say Fairy will be through the same side as Grass too. So
Yeah, Fairy. The Water team would be likely to make semis if it wasn't against the Grass team.
mm-hmm. Although we'll see. I'm really not too confident in who's gonna make it out of that Water Fairy matchup.
Not certain either. Yeah.
But we'll see.
I think it's either gonna be Electric or Grass. I might say Electric.
Keep in mind this
Um,
fairy does have the Tapu with rising voltage. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Never mind. I was looking at Fatties. Tam's does not.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. No, yeah. I think I'm gonna say grass in the finals. So semis, grass electric, and grass in the finals.
I can definitely see that. And then for
Um,
Tapu,
the other side I think is harder to predict.
I mean,
right?
it's gotta be normal.
I don't know. That Dragon team's gonna be tough.
I wouldn't be surprised if the semis was something like a Bonyor Bug rematch, like a Dark Dragon rematch.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see a Bulu rematch.
I think on my side, probably is Bonyor making it
Does
out.
does Poison or Dark get the advantage? I always forget the two.
On what? Which
Type
Pokemon?
matchup.
They have an
Does
advantage over each
doesn't
other.
Dark or Poison one at least resists or
No,
effectively? I thought they were.
No, I don't think so.
no.
I swear that one's always confused me.
I think it's hard to predict the lower side, but I think if you beat Fairy,
Huh.
Dragon might. Oh, even that isn't sure because the Rock team has a good matchup. This side is really hard to predict.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I think this side's much more difficult to predict than the Necrozma side.
I'd say
However,
my
we do
final
have a matchup on each
prediction.
side there, but go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We already do. I'd say my final prediction for finals will be Dragon and Grass.
Dragon and Grass here.
What about you two?
Bonyor's Grass?
No, Barnyard is
Or
Dark.
no, he's
Grass
Dark.
is Edison.
Oh, you're saying for the finals. Oh, okay, no, I see.
Yeah, the finals,
Yep, yep,
really.
yep. Um, I could definitely see a Dragon Grass finals.
Yeah, I think it really depends if I win or lose, and Fairy's still on this side.
True. Let me...
Yeah, Fairy is gonna be
Yeah,
important. I mean,
yeah.
and just looking at the matchups.
If Fairy goes through here, it could be somebody up, whoever moves on from this top half too. But we'll see, because we could end up with that water fairy in the semis.
Or we could get Bonyo to the semis, but
Mm.
against Fairy, and in that scenario, Fairy makes it to the
And
finals.
yeah, then Fairy might make it to the finals. Yeah. There's a lot of paths this could take.
There is a
Yeah.
lot riding on Fairy on that side. you you either shut down one of the types that has one of the better matchups.
I will do my best to stop them from doing anything. I'll get destroyed, we'll see.
Let's see. I mean,
That
normal
could be.
could definitely be a good one. I mean, as we've said, you have the third highest differential. You've been playing it really well. You just Dragon is definitely a tough matchup for normal, so we'll see.
Normal is a wild card for me. I think it's a difficult type to be
Uh-huh.
prepping against.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I have Ditto because that just shuts down all setup, which I really like.
I love Ditto. Must bring on normal
Yeah,
teams.
the prankster Smurgle is also very annoying.
It is, and I'll make sure it is.
It's definitely all gonna. I think this whole division's definitely going to be all about how the matchups are played. It's really going to come down to each individual's ability.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
All right, so we're expecting an Alizen Pug finale, but anything can happen. Excited to see it.
I think Electric has a shot of making it to the finals.
The Electric
Yeah,
definitely has a
wouldn't be
shot.
surprised.
No doubt they have a very good shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, I definitely expect, at this moment, I do expect an Alizen Fatty Spins semis at least. I think Alizen will win, but who knows? That could definitely be Fatty Spins making it to the finals for Necrozma. So, with all that, Yuta, you have any final words on this?
Yeah, definitely looking for a lot of matchups this round because I think they're going to be really important for how the rest of it is going to go. We're trying to make predictions, but we're at a point where it's really hard to, and I think pretty much anyone could win this. So yeah, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Our predictions, we've seen how good or bad they can be already so far. Don't It's not law, that's for sure. With that, after that, Terrarian, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, really, I think mostly anyone has a chance to win this. And again, it's Pokemon. Who knows what will happen? Crits, that sort of stuff. And I think my matchup will be. It will definitely determine how easy of a time Dragon and Dark have in Tapu.
Yeah,
Mhm.
can't wait for
Yeah.
the results of all your matches. The Tapus are definitely a division to watch.
With all that out of the way, we thank you all for watching and we hope to see you next time.